Hey, Sydney.
Hey, Samuel.
So you're back this week, but you seem a little bit different than you were before you left. So I'm just curious, like, what's going on with that whole thing?
Um, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty similar. I've just been taking like 8-hour salt baths, I've just kind of been like laying in the bathtub, but I've always enjoyed baths. I don't think it's that different.
It's all a matter of perspective.
It's all a matter.
You've become brining yourself.
For all my for all my our wives under the sea fans out there,
I'm glad you're here on this Sunday. I'm going to get right into the message. I'm going to tell it like it is, as they say. Oh, I heard a hallelujah. Did you think I don't know what the hell is going on? And a lot of strange places. Where in the hell have you been? Hell fire! Hell fire! Hell fire! All right. Okay, there's something else, too.
Hello and welcome to the Satire Fire, your personal favorite podcast that is both about satire and alien abduction reporting. I am your host, Samuel.
I'm Sydney.
And we are back for our last episode of 2025.
Woo! Happy New Year.
We've done it, folks. Happy New Year. If you're listening to this, it's not the new year yet, but it will be sometime in the next week. So, Happy New Year whenever you get to the new year.
Yeah. Or maybe you're listening to this in 2026, so hello in the future. How is it? What's it like?
Is it radically different? I don't think it is. But speaking of whether or not we think the future is radically different, we have a really fun game that we're going to play this week that I think is going to become a annual Satire Fire holiday tradition. We will see whether or not we remember to do it every year, but hopefully we will. But before we get into what I have just so ominously described and referenced without actually talking about, Sydney, have you been reading, watching, doing, participating in anything, thinking about anything lately that you want to tell the people about?
Well, if you guys noticed, I wasn't here last week. I've been very busy in the process of moving. I think I've mentioned that before.
Yeah, you're a real jet setter.
But I've been all over. I did have a lot of like travel issues with my just air travel in general has been kind of dicey this year in general. With the lack of air traffic controllers, very necessary essential job, and when you don't have them, things go wrong. And sometimes things go wrong in terms of like planning when we're lifting off and landing, but other times things go wrong in terms of planes crash. That didn't happen to me, thankfully.
That would be so crazy for you to drop that on the podcast without telling me beforehand. My plane crashed.
But I did have all kinds of issues, and I ended up leaving 2 days late from when I was supposed to fly for my move. So it was crazy, but it did give me time. My flight got canceled twice, delayed over 10 hours. I was booked on 4 different flights. I ended up having to spend a lot of time in the airport / on like connecting flights to get me to my destination. And so I did get to read a lot of my book, and I've not been posting a lot, but I did film a video where I'm showing you how much I read on 2 different flights. So that's going to be fun when it gets posted. Don't know when. Probably won't be out by the time this episode comes out, but it'll be out sometime. So look forward to that.
Could be a delayed Christmas miracle. Who's to say?
It could be. But I got to read some on the plane, but I was mostly just listening to finishing off the last Harry Potter of my yearly Harry Potter read and or listen, and also reading Boys of Alabama, which I mentioned I think 2 episodes ago.
Okay.
Not really sure. If I didn't, sorry. It's my brain. It's not, sorry, you're never hearing about it. But what I did also do the past couple weeks when I had time was something I do every single year, which is watch Vlogmas. I love watching vlogs. And specifically, like every year, a lot of my favorite YouTube creators do Vlogmas or some form of like posting more videos around the holidays. And so my favorite I'm gonna shout out, these people don't care, but I'm gonna shout out some creators that I like watch every year. One is this couple, Ali and Sam. They are two women who are married and they live in Nova Scotia in Canada, and I've been watching them since like 2019, 2020. They were kind of one of the earlier like WLW couple representations I found on the internet, and they got married I think in 2019, and that's the first video I ever saw was their wedding video. And I was like, wow, this is cool that women are gay and I can see it on the internet. And I've been watching them ever since, and they just do like lifestyle family vlog content. Couple things I like about them: they have 3 dogs and 2 cats. That's crazy. Love it. And then they also now have twin sons. They are...
Congratulations.
I don't know how old they are. Are they 3 or are they 2? I'm not sure, but they have twin toddlers. So their life is a little chaotic because like that's 4 human beings, 5 pets, 9 living beings in their household. And so it's gotten increasingly more chaotic as like time has gone on. But yeah, I've been watching their Vlogmas. They didn't miss a day, which I think is insane for having that many living beings to take care of. It makes me feel guilty about missing creating content for the Satire Fire. But
yeah, how many living
job.
beings are you taking care of?
3.
You've almost 1 to 3 versus 2 to 5. Some might say you're a single mom who works too hard.
Yeah, who loves her 2 cats and dog and never stops. But that is their job. That's their full-time job, is content creation. So this isn't my full-time job. But yet. But Ali and Sam, so I've been loving their Vlogmas. And then the other creator I watch is Soph Mosca, who makes a lot of book content for anyone who likes like booktube, book talk, whatever. That's something she's done more recently, like in the past couple of years. I've also been watching her since 2020. Started watching her on TikTok. She was one of the 2020 lesbian TikTokers that was really blowing up during the pandemic. But then she makes a lot of vlogs. Her vlogs and the style of her vlogs have really changed over time, for the better, in my opinion. And she is the same age as me. She also got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at age 22, which is very like not unique, but a lot of people get diagnosed with type 1 in childhood, and so that was like kind of a very like life-altering event. And though I don't have type 1 diabetes, I think that content that she makes about like living her life with type 1 and like getting diagnosed in adulthood is really, I don't know the right word for it, but like honest. And I've always found her content to be like kind of honest and very real. Obviously, I don't know her personally, so I know she chooses what to share, but I really like her vlogs as well. And this year she did a holiday series. So that's something I've been doing. I just talked for so long. So Samuel, what have you been doing?
So let's see. I was so prepped and ready to go like 2 weeks ago for this discussion, but then we ended up deciding to talk about our favorite holiday movie instead. Mm-hmm. But what I was planning on talking about was the fact that I now have done some insider reporting. I have done some investigative journalism. I am now someone who has been to a Trader Joe's.
That's great. I just got back from Trader Joe's.
I didn't actually end up with that much to talk about from it, so I'm going to talk about other stuff too, but just so y'all know, I've been to Trader Joe's.
Did you make my recipe?
I did not, but I got a pomelo. And that's one of the things that I'm shouting out this week. If you think grapefruits are good and you're willing to put in some fucking elbow grease to get this thing peeled, pomelos are probably right up your alley. It's the most I've ever had to work to eat a fruit, and it's almost worth it.
Almost.
I don't know if it was like maybe not quite ripe, but it was like better than a grapefruit, but not as good as like a tangerine. And I feel like I really wanted it to be better than a tangerine from the amount of work that I was putting in.
Tangerines are quite
if you're
easy.
living, if you're living like a king, living like Larry right now, and you have someone in your life who loves you enough to peel a pomelo for you, that might be the ideal way to go, is to have someone peel you a pomelo and then maybe fan you with a palm frond while they're feeding it to you from a tray.
Beautiful.
But while we're talking about, because you talked about some other content creators, I'd like to talk about some other content creators. One that I've been watching a lot lately that I highly recommend is a creator called Jenna Phipps, who traditionally is a maker. She does like fabric crafts with like crocheting and sewing and stuff like that. But what has been going on lately is about 1.5 years ago, she bought a basically abandoned and totally crumbling mid-century modern house.
Wow.
And has since then been releasing one video a week where they have been restoring this house and essentially just rebuilding it. And they've gotten to the point where they've just started putting brand new flooring in and painting the inside of it. So if you're looking for something that you want to binge while you're in this lull between Christmas and New Year's, there's like, I want to say 90 weekly videos that you have that you can catch up on. And it's been really cool. I think that it's been fun to watch the progress and to live vicariously through these people that are doing all of this construction work and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just really well made. It's been really good.
Where, like, what country is the house located in? And is it in the U.S.? Or?
They live in Vancouver, Canada, not Vancouver, America, which does exist.
You know, I went to Vancouver for the first time ever this year, and I really liked
Vancouver,
it.
Canada, or Vancouver, Washington?
Canada. It was for work, but yeah.
The lesser Vancouver, as it is often called.
Oh.
I don't believe that for a second. I think Vancouver, Canada beats ass, and Vancouver, Washington is just Portland, but less cool.
Yeah.
And then I also wanted to shout out another set of creators / podcasters that I've been enjoying lately have been Hidden Rabbits. Hidden Rabbits is basically just putting into the internet space what my daily existence is like, where I have a boyfriend who is very up to date on a lot of cultural phenomenon and stuff that is happening in the world, and then he just explains it to me, and that's really nice. And Hidden Rabbits is the same thing, except it is a girlfriend who knows too much about pop culture explaining things to her boyfriend who does not know anything, and it has been really nice to watch. It's kind of like video essays, except I think that it adds another more interesting element because you have somebody there who knows a lot and somebody who does not know anything who gets to ask questions and kind of be like an audience stand-in. So those are my 2 recommendations for this holiday season: is go watch Hidden Rabbits or listen to it. I think it's on podcast platforms too. And go watch Jenna Phipps restore a house before it's too late and she's finished.
Yeah. Great recommendations.
But with all of the recommendations out of the way, let's talk about what we're actually doing here today. So, this episode, as I kind of alluded to at the beginning, is about how well we can predict what is going to be happening in the year of our Lord 2026 AD. And so what we've done is each of us have made a list of 10 things that we believe are going to happen in the world of books in the year 2026. We're going to go one at a time, back and forth, saying what our prediction is, and then maybe talking a little bit about why we think that this is going to happen, or a little bit of rationalization. And the goal is that at the end of 2026, we will get back together, see which one of us is better able to predict the future, and do another one of these episodes for 2027. And so every year we'll be able to do one episode of predicting what happens in the world of books and seeing which one of us was the smartest for the past calendar year. One, I guess, caveat that we're putting into it is that we don't want to make it too easy. So we're, at the very least, trying to make these a little bit more of a swing as far as how likely it is to happen. And so both of us are withholding the right of, if something is too easy of a prediction, the other person can either veto it, in which case you're going to have to come up with a new prediction, or say that it's good, but it needs to be amended to be a little bit less of a guarantee, in which case we'll just workshop it and figure out what exactly that modification needs to be. But we'll go one at a time, like I said, and I think I can start if that works for you, Sydney.
All right, take it away.
So mine are more or less in order of how likely I think they are. And so the earlier ones are ones that I'm pretty confident are going to happen. And then as we go down the list, I don't think that it's maybe going to happen, but I think it'd be really cool if I was able to call my shot. So number 1, the winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature is going to be a woman.
Okay.
Now, I can explain my reasoning behind that if you would like for me to, or we can just let it hang in the air. But I'm almost I'm 90% confident it's going to be a woman.
Yeah. I feel like there's more popular female identifying authors these days, honestly, but I don't know.
And I think that the Nobel Prize Committee has been going out of their way in the past decade to kind of make up for the fact that for a long time they just ignored that women were able to write books.
women write books.
So that one I'm pretty sure is going to happen. If you want, I can amend it to make it harder for myself.
No, that's
but
good.
Okay.
I think mine will for sure happen. The number I could get wrong, but my first one is there will be 2 Colleen Hoover movie adaptations announced this year. 2
additional to the ones that have already...
Yeah.
Okay.
2 additional. Because there's 3. I did some research. Mm-hmm. There's It Ends With Us came out, and then there's 3 in the works. But they're already in the works to have been announced.
Okay.
I think 2 more are going to be announced this year.
Okay.
I could amend it to say movie and or TV, but I feel like that, I don't know. I
think that's a really good one. And actually, it ties nicely in with my second guess, which there are already 2, given a date, announced Colleen Hoover movies next year. My prediction number 2 is that both of those movies are going to bomb. And so...
Wait, it's Verity and I can't remember the other one.
No idea. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Verity, though, Anne Hathaway is in Verity, so that could give it some... That's what I know, because I was really sad to learn that Anne Hathaway was...
One has Anne Hathaway,
Colleen
and then
Hoover movie.
one has Micah Monroe, who I like a lot. But I'm going to loosely define, because I don't want it... I don't want us to get to the end of the year and then have to argue as to whether or not they bombed. And so I think that if they either make less than their budget or within $5 million of their budget, then I would consider it to be bombed. But I'm willing to adjust those numbers if you think that they need to be different in order to actually qualify.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Okay. This one, you can tell me if you need it to be vague or more specific.
Okay.
I think there's going to be like a New York Times best-selling, potentially like book talk viral as well, thriller book.
Okay.
About AI. Like AI is like the main character.
Okay. Well, so is it that AI is the main character, or is just like
the main? AI is the culprit. Like AI is the thing that is doing the damage. But I think it's gonna be thriller, not like sci-fi per se. Like I think it's gonna be like a classic thriller.
Like very grounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Potentially, like, they'll think, I mean, I'm not going to predict the plot, but, like, they'll think that, like, the who done it, like, who did it, they'll think it's, like, a person when it turns out it was actually, like, AI gone rogue.
Okay, so some sort of a thriller book is going to become viral or noteworthy in some way, and that book is going to have AI play a significant role as far as like an antagonist.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That feels like a really good guess.
Okay.
My third guess. Stephen King will not release a full novel in the year of 2026.
Okay.
So I've done some research here. Since 2010, there have only been 2 years that he has not released a full novel. Mm-hmm. And I will say, he allegedly, there is something in the works that is going to be like a short story compendium / novella. I want to draw the line at 200 pages.
Okay.
If he writes and releases something that is more than 200 pages, that is a novel. If it's less than 200 pages, it does not count.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, this next one is like crazy. It's not gonna happen, but
okay, hell yeah, I love
but
that.
I have some background. So, Manacled was the most popular Dramini fanfic. I'm not a Dramini shipper. Don't worry, guys. Well, some people, but Manacled in this past year was published. Obviously, you can't like just publish a fanfic with like Harry Draco in it, but it was made ready for publication and published under the title Alchemized this year.
Yes, I know this. Yeah. And
it, I think, is being made into a movie or something like that. I'm not really sure. Another example of this happens with fanfic, like fanfic that gets popular enough. Another example I was going to give is the After series, like those movies. They're like romance on Netflix. Those were Harry Styles fanfic. Yeah. Originally. Yeah. So I am predicting that the most popular Marauders fanfic, All the Young Dudes, is going to get published this year somehow. It's not going to happen.
If it does, would you read it?
Yeah. I'm not a Dramini. Like, I don't like... The Marauders is really the only... Because I love Wolfstar, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin. I love that ship. Like, I want that to be real. I want that to be canon. And I love Tonks too. So, like, I hate to, like... But also Sirius is dead, so there's no reason that...
Spoiler.
Remus Lupin is not Sorry. There's no reason, like, that Remus Lupin can't be bisexual. He was in love with Sirius. Sirius dies. He gets with Tonks. Like, it's fine. Exactly. Like, I don't know. So, no bi erasure, guys. I think All of the Young Dudes is getting published.
Okay. My next one, prediction number 4. One of my favorite active authors is George Saunders. Noteworthy for releasing Lincoln in the Bardo a couple of years back. Also noteworthy for releasing a lot of really high quality short fiction in various different outlets. He has a book that is scheduled to come out early 2026. My prediction: that book is going to be on the New York Times Book Review's 100 Notable Book list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So at the end of the year, they always do like the 5 or 10 best books or whatever it is, but they also, before releasing that, will put out a list of like the 100 notable books of the year. I think George Saunders is going to be on that list. I really wanted to say he's going to make it into the top 5, but Lincoln in the Bardo didn't. And I think that was an oversight. And so I'm tempering my expectations. I think it's going to be a 100 best books, but I don't think it's going to be top 5 necessarily.
Okay, that's a good prediction. Okay, this one is similar to my thriller AI book. It's also kind of a vague prediction about a popular book.
Okay.
But I think that, like, for the past 5 years, any book or media that has mentioned or used COVID-19 as a plot device has been annoying.
Lord. Yeah.
People haven't been into it. But I think somehow there's going to be a pandemic era, like, set in 2020.
Okay.
Sci-fi that I don't know if it's going to be published or if it's going to be announced. I mean, if you need me to pick one, I can. That's going to get traction. It's going to be like dystopian. Like, it's going to be creatively planned, where it's going to like exaggerate to the point that people don't feel exasperated by it as a plot device. And it's going to be more so like, wait, this is fun. This is riveting.
Okay. So is it going to be set during the, like, in our universe 2020 pandemic, or is it just going to be so obviously referencing it?
I think it's going to be set in our universe 2020 pandemic.
Okay.
But it's going to be like an altered reality, clearly, because it's like sci-fi dystopia.
Okay.
I just think, and like really this prediction is centered around people are finally going to like a COVID book. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Like
okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds good. I think the full prediction is that it's going to be a COVID book that people will like, and it's going to be in some way dystopian or science fiction. Yeah. But if it ends up happening, regardless of the genre, I'll at least give you a half point on that.
Okay.
If there's a popular COVID book. So this one, again, we're synced up, we're paired up. My number 5 prediction is that there's going to be a release and it's going to get like book talk viral in some way, that is going to be kind of billed as a new genre that is going to replace romantasy. I don't think that it's actually going to, but I think that there's going to be a release of a romancify book, and it's going to be a romantasy science fiction book. And people are going to be like, oh my god, it's the next romantasy. That's my prediction, is that something's going to get released, and I don't think that that's going to have to be the correct name, but it's going to be a build as like a spicy science fiction book. Like, it's going to be targeted at romance readers, and the name that I came up with for it was Romancify, because I thought that was really fun.
Romancify. This is funny because like my next prediction is similar but different, and it's basically that romantasy is gonna like slow down in terms of popularity.
Okay.
But more so, I think that publishers they've got their romantasy authors at this point.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't need to take a risk on new authors that we don't know. Like, the market's saturated.
We can just throw $1 million at Rebecca Yarros and whatever
Rebecca
she
Yarros,
makes.
Sarah J. Maas, you guys, you keep cranking them out. And so I think that there's not going to be very many new romantasy authors getting like bestsellers this year. I could do a number, but it would be hard to check that.
So,
like, I don't
like what? Yeah, I was about to say, how are we gonna determine this metric?
Because like I was thinking like I don't know. Because I was like, oh, maybe I could say, like, less than 10 new authors, but how am I going to even, like, check how many new authors there are? Or, like, I just really think that, like, the genre as a whole is going to not be less popular, but less, like, viral. Like, I think it'll just be, like, the same wheels will keep turning, but very few new models. But I don't know how to, like, quantify that for...
So, what if at the end of the year, we do our due diligence and look and just see what all of the romantasy books released in 2026 were? And we just try and see, like, what number would you like to put on it? Of, like, if it's fewer than this number, then you think that you got it right.
I mean, published or, like, that become popular and or bestsellers?
I think in order for I feel like the spirit of the prediction is that they got published. Because if they're not... That
would be a higher number.
Yeah, because I think that the idea is that the industry is starting to slow down on new authors, not necessarily that the climate is going to cool. If I'm understanding what you're saying right.
No, that's true. Let's see. I have no idea how many books get published a year. That would be nice
about
to know.
100,000. I don't know how many are how many of those are romantasy, but about 100,000 a year.
Let's just assume that because of the popularity, like, I don't know, would 10% of those be romantasy? No way. Like, let's assume that, like, there were, like, 5,000 romantasy books published last year. So maybe I'm gonna say that seems high. But also let's just say there were 1,000.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, and is this including, like, the Sarah J. Maas, the Rebecca Yarros, though? Because that...
No, so I think that the correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in order to fulfill the spirit of the question, the number we're caring about is first-time authors.
First-time authors, debut, okay.
Yeah, how many debut authors released
in
a romantasy book?
Let's say if it's 50 or less, I get the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're ready to do the deep dive of figuring this out.
Maybe. Although, like, if more than 50 people debut a romantasy book, and that's published, not self-published.
Yeah. Traditionally published.
Then I don't get the point. That's what I'll say.
Fair enough.
All right.
So I had a different one lined up, but I'm going to skip to one lower because I think that we were on the same wavelength with this one. I think instead, on my perspective, romantasy is going to become less popular with crowds. And so I think romantasy as a genre is going to spend less time on the New York Times bestseller list than it did this year. So this year, from my estimate, from my counting and what I considered to be romantasy, there were 17 weeks where a romantasy book was the number one best-selling book on the New York Times bestseller list. Okay. I think that next year it will be fewer than 17 weeks.
Yeah. It's more quantifiable than what I just did. I mean, mine's quantifiable.
It'll be a lot less counting, but, you know, if you're doing the counting, I don't care.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, I need to make a note. Less than 50. Less than 50 debut authors. Okay. All right, my next one. So, this year, there were several... Well, I'm going to give two examples. There were two books that became very popular that were modern retellings of classics. So, James...
Yes.
Retelling of Huckleberry Finn. Demon Copperhead was published, I think, in 2023, but became very popular this year. That's a modern retelling of David Copperfield. I think this style, this like retelling of classics is on the rise.
Okay.
I think there's going to be a modern retelling of The Great Gatsby, because The Great Gatsby had its 100-year anniversary this year.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a modern retelling of The Great Gatsby, either published or announced that it's going to be published.
Mm-hmm. And again, traditionally published.
Yeah.
I think that's a good guess. I think that that's like definitely within the realm of possibility. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
My next one, I've mentioned it a couple of times on the podcast, so you guys might already be aware. I am, relatively speaking, a fan of the Booker Prize. I think that my taste in literature tends to align pretty closely with the taste of them as like an awarding body. So my prediction is related to the Booker Prize and the fact that I believe in 2026 the Booker Prize is going to be won by somebody from a non-English speaking country.
Yeah. That's a cool prediction. Okay.
So from like a context standpoint for this one, up until 2014, in order to even be considered for a Booker Prize, you had to be from the British Commonwealth, from Ireland, or from South Africa. Those were the only places that were considered eligible for the Booker Prize. They've now expanded that to be anybody from any country, so long as the book is published in English and gets some sort of a UK publication. However, since that change, only 2 books have won that are from a country where the like predominant official language is not English. That's one from Hungary and one from Sri Lanka. I think it's going to happen again this year.
Okay. Okay, my next one is, so full cast audiobooks and just like more involved audiobooks are on the rise.
Yes.
They released Harry Potter full cast. I think they are going to, once again, either, I don't know about announce or release. I guess I could pick one, but full cast Hunger Games, the original trilogy.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Particularly now that like the Sunrise on the Reaping and stuff have come out. They're like back in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
I think that's
movies coming out next year, yeah.
Definitely. I like that a lot. My next one, these we're getting into my last 3 here. These are when I'm getting into my big swings. There's no bonus points in this game, but if there were, these would be my bonus point guesses. Number 8. There will be a book talk scandal that causes an author's book to get pulled from production.
Whoa.
I don't know what it's going to be, and I've not decided, so you can tell me if I need to be specific and like focus on this. I don't know if that means an author does something on Book Talk and gets enough pushback that their book gets pulled, or if an author does something and that sparks Book Talk to be really angry at the author, and Book Talk gets that that author who is not on the platform, their book gets pulled. But I just think that there's going to be some sort of a scandal that blows up on Book Talk, and the end result is someone who had a book scheduled for release gets that book pulled.
Okay. My next 2 are about the same author.
Okay.
So, first one is Sarah J. Maas, author of A Court of Thorns and Roses, The Throne of Glass, and Crescent City. All those, romantic-y, lots of books.
Yes.
There's so far no movie or no film or TV adaptations of her books. There's been efforts to try, but I think that it's going to be secured this year. They're going to I don't know which series. Do you want me to pick one of them? Or do you want me to...
I don't think that you have to pick one.
Okay. I think one of them, they're going to secure a studio that's like, yeah, we're making a film or TV adaptation of your books.
Okay.
Because I know the people are wanting it. So...
I think that feels really good. I think that would be very popular if it did happen. And so that leads me to believe that it probably will.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to... This is one that is like a bit of a swing, but it might not be enough of a swing for you to accept it. So let me know if you need me to be more specific on this. But I think Barry Weiss, the editor-in-chief for CBS, is going to announce that she has a book coming out, and no one's going to give a fuck.
Wait, that's so funny. No, that's... Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the metric is there of whether or not people give a fuck about her putting out a book, but I think that she's going to announce a book, and I think everyone is just going to say, you can go kick rocks. Like, that's cool. Go kick rocks.
Okay. So my next one, this one's also kind of like another just, what am I saying? This one is also just like, I feel like kind of easy and like a thing people want and they've been waiting for, but allegedly A Court of Thorns and Roses, there's going to be a 6th book.
Okay.
I read the first 3 and then the novella, it's like ACOTAR 3.5. Mm-hmm. There's a 5th one. I've never read it. I own it. Sorry, romantic readers. I got burnt out and then I was going to come back to it and I never did. I will. I did think that some aspects of those books were really good. Like, I see the appeal, so I'm not hating. It was a lot. You got burned out, yeah. I got burned out. They're so long and like, why are they so long? Why are there so many? Anyways, I think that the release date announcement for ACOTAR 6 is going to be this year as well. Because the 5th one came out in 2021. So like...
Yeah, that's been a while.
It's going to... Like, next year will be 5 years since that one. So I think that like she's going to announce like, okay, this is when it's coming out.
Okay. So do you think that
she focused on her other book series is kind of what happened. She moved on.
Gotcha.
But allegedly, yeah.
Do you think it'll be just announced or will it be announced and released in 2026?
Maybe announced and released.
Okay. But
also because I think she needs some traction. Like, I think she's getting overtaken by Rebecca Yarros and
definitely
the dragon smut or whatever's happening there. And so I think she needs some exciting things. So she doesn't just need a film or TV adaptation. She needs to put a book out.
Yeah.
And
it's time.
Yeah.
It's time, you know what? Girl. Stop being so lazy.
Sarah J. Bass, if you weren't planning on it, plan on it starting now. Start writing tonight.
How long could it possibly take to write a 1,000-word book? All right, here's my number 10, my final prediction. There is no shot that this happens, but if it does, I'm going to look so fucking smart. I'm going to look so cracked that I was able to call this particular shot. My final prediction is that in the year of 2026, The Atlantic is going to get sold.
No.
And they're going to talk about no longer accepting fiction publications.
No, it's not happening. Boo.
So my caveats on this is just when I say sold, I think that would include a change in majority share ownership. Because it's owned by a several different people and several different groups. I think that the majority ownership is going to change. And I think whoever buys it is going to start some discussions of maybe we should only be a journalistic publication and not accept fiction anymore.
Magazines are dying, is what you're saying.
I don't think that magazines are dying. I think that some particularly wealthy people are killing them.
That better not happen. I hope you don't get that point. Okay, my last one is insane. So,
Okay.
But it's based on recent events. I think Nicki Minaj is going to put out a memoir, and it's going to be really crazy and conservative.
Okay. Hell yeah. Nicki Minaj retrospective.
That's it.
Okay. I think that's great.
I hope she doesn't.
I also hope that she doesn't, but if she does, you will have looked like you know the future, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
So that's all 20 of our predictions. I'm going to go through mine really quickly, and then Sydney, you can go through yours again, just to make sure we've solidified all 20 of the guesses.
Okay.
My
Rapid
10
fire.
are: the winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature is going to be a woman. Both of the Colleen Hoover movie adaptations are going to bomb, so make less than their budget or only $5 million more. Stephen King will not release a full novel in 2026, and I'm counting 200 pages as the benchmark. If it's below 200 pages, it is not a full novel. George Saunders' next book is going to make the New York Times Book Review 100 notable book list at the end of the year. A new genre called romancify will become popular, or at the very least get a very buzzed first book release. The Booker Prize will be won by someone from a non-English speaking country. Romantasy will spend less weeks on the New York Times bestseller list at number 1. So this year it was 17 weeks it was number 1. Next year it'll be less. There will be a book talk scandal that causes an author's book to get pulled from production. Barry Weiss will announce a book coming out soon and no one will give a fuck. And The Atlantic will get sold. Bonus points if they stop producing fiction.
All right. Mine. There will be 2 Colleen Hoover movie or TV adaptations announced. There's going to be a New York Times bestselling or viral thriller book about AI, specifically AI is the antagonist. All the Young Dudes, Marauders fanfic gets published. Traditionally published. There's going to be a popular COVID-19 sci-fi dystopian book. People are finally going to like a book about COVID-19. Romantasy is going to slow down. Specifically, there'll be less than 50 debut romantasy authors published this year. There's going to be a modern retelling of The Great Gatsby published traditionally. There will be a full cast audiobook announcement and or release of the Hunger Games trilogy. Sarah J. Maas movie or film adaptation will be announced of any of her books. The release date of ACOTAR 6 will be announced and published. And then Nicki Minaj's memoir is going to get published.
Awesome. So be sure to join us back here in 1 calendar year when we get to see which one of us, if either of us, got more right. It's possible that neither of us got anything right, but I think that I feel comfortable that 2 of mine are going to happen. I don't know if any more than that will, but I think at least 2 will happen.
Yeah. I feel like, I'm not sure if any of mine will for sure happen, but I think they're good ideas. So
Yeah,
maybe I should work in the publishing industry. So
definitely. So that is going to do it for this week and this year. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Satire Fire for this past year. And thank you for joining us on this special little holiday adventure where we have been doing some shorter, different kinds of content, and hope that you've enjoyed it and it has been a fun and relaxing way to spend your holiday season. But the holidays are now over, and next week we are going to be back right on schedule, the way that we have been running things in the past, where we'll be starting a brand new series with the brand new year, which Sydney is going to be leading. And Sydney, would you like to tell people what book they have 1 week to read if they want to follow along?
Yeah, short book, don't worry, I need it, you need it. We are starting the new year with The Way We Came In this year,
Yep.
which was with George Orwell. But this time we're reading Animal Farm. So should be fun.
Get ready to learn a lot about the Russian Revolution.
Yeah. I've got to learn a lot about it in the next couple weeks, so I can tell you about it.
But that is going to do it for us for this week. Thank you so much for listening and for tuning in. Be sure to tell a friend if you like the show and have them listen as well. Our intro and outro are remixes of the song 48 by Cullah. And Sydney, if people want to find those videos of you reading in an airplane, where should they be looking?
You can find us on Instagram at the Satire Fire Pod, Pod, or on TikTok, Blue Sky, and YouTube at the Satire Fire. And if there aren't any new videos or photos or whatever, when you go look for us there will be. Just you wait. In the new year, I'm coming back. It's my comeback.
couldn't make it out of 2025 without one final Hamilton reference, but alas, that's the podcast.
Wait.
This has been the Satire Fire, and do not forget to thank your local librarian. I am Samuel.
I'm Sydney.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you in the future. Bye.
I just about come to the end of the road. Here, I've just about lost patience with you people. You get your ass out into the mountains or someplace or hide in there and watch that damn tube. But if not, fuck it. I'm done. In fact, my sermon